Cloudflare recently open sourced the tool that lets you build full stack apps in a single sentence and then deploy them to the edge completely free. This is Vibe SDK. And honestly, it might be the biggest threat to every closed source AI coder on the market. If you love staying ahead of the dev tools curve, we've got you covered. Be sure to subscribe. So here's the deal. VibeSDK is not just one of those prompt-to-code toys like we already have on the market. It's a complete package. It's a complete production-ready, MIT-licensed platform you can one-click deploy and literally own forever. I want you to think Replit, Cursor, Vercel v0, but it's 100% open sourced and running on Cloudflare's global edge. Now let me show you how wild this actually is. This is the public sandbox that anyone can use. I logged in with GitHub, and then I fire up an app. I want to build a Kanban board application for developers. And watch this. It walks through the whole planning, building out the foundation and the blueprint, running through to build out the application's core, all the styling, and then debugging on its own. All of this is done in a pretty fast time in under a minute, and we get spun up a live preview. Now, if there are any issues with the application, that's okay, because I can chat directly back with Cloudflare to fix those. Watch this. Here, I just had an issue. It wasn't spawning the app. I couldn't add new tasks. I tell Cloudflare what's the problem. It runs through a debugging scenario in depth to find the real problem. Once the app is spun up, I can hit deploy, and now I've got a real app on a real URL. Now, this sandbox is fun to play around with, but let's be real. This anyone can use. In a moment, I'm going to touch on the Vibe SDK that we as developers can really utilize to generate our own AI coding platform. But if you're deploying apps without using BetterStack, hey, you're braver than I am. Having real monitoring makes all the difference between a quick fix and a full-on disaster. Now here's the official Vibe SDK repo, and right here at the top is the magic button, Deploy to Cloudflare. Scrolling down a bit more, it shows you what's required, like your Gemini API key, although you can use other keys in here if you configure the env file, and then what you're going to need to configure as well, like the JWT secret, your webhook secret, all this other fun stuff. When I click on Deploy to Cloudflare, it takes us over to Cloudflare, where I'll drop in all that information, then click deploy at the bottom to kick off the build. The first thing I'll do is git clone the Vibe SDK repo. I'm going to cd into Vibe SDK, and then if you have it, the best route is to bun install everything. It's going to handle all those packages for us, and then finally I can go through the entire process of entering all my private keys. Now, quick catch here, okay? If we're going to do this route, yes, few things. One, you need your own custom domain, okay? Two, there is a monthly fee for this, $5 roughly for the workers, and then the $25 per month for the base Cloudflare package. But hey, now you have a real Lovable, Cursor, Replit competitor that scales millions of apps with 0 servers to manage. All right, so how does all this even work anyways? Here is a quick Vibe SDK architecture plan in about 80 seconds. Step 1, you describe your app. That prompt goes through Cloudflare's AI gateway, which handles routing, caching, and cost-efficient model calls. Step 2, the AI agent keeps state, analyzes our requests, and generates a blueprint of the system. Into step 3, Vibe SDK starts phase-wise code generation, producing your app incrementally. That's key because it does it in a few phases. Phase 1 is like the initial architecture of the app and the build, and then it runs through 2 more times trying to implement deeper changes to your app while also debugging at the same time. Our next step is the code is executed inside Cloudflare's new sandbox containers, giving you a fully isolated real-time live preview of the app. And the final one is when you're happy with it, Vibe SDK packages the container and deploys it to workers for platforms. It's basically prompt, agent, cogen, container, edge. That's it. It's wild. And here are the killer features that nobody else is touching right now. It's fully self-hostable and MIT licensed. It gives you infinite tenant isolation using workers for platforms, meaning you can run thousands of containers safely. Cloudflare's built-in AI gateway caching cuts tokens anywhere from 50 to 80%. It's one-click exportable straight to GitHub or your Cloudflare account. So I would make a quick 2025 comparison table, but it seems that Vibe SDK, in comparison to Replit, Cursor, v0, and Lovable, is the only one that hits all these boxes. It's open source, it's self-hostable, and it has unlimited tenants and built directly on a global edge network. VibeSDK's repo hit a few thousand stars in a really short period of time. People are loving the direction that this is going as the first fully open source AI coding platform. This isn't replacing senior engineers anytime soon, but for speed, it's unmatched. VibeSDK changes the game. If you want your own AI coding platform that doesn't lock you into one ecosystem, try it out yourself and let us know. That's all for this one. We'll see you in the next.